How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. We have some big news in the market here today. We have a new huge buyer of Bitcoin, maybe to a level that we've never seen, and very consistently going to be buying Bitcoin over the following years. We also have some big news on the Ripple lawsuit, among some other news that we should cover as well. If you don't mind, please hit the subscribe button underneath the video, turn on that bell notification so you know right when I post future videos. I also want to thank a project that we're going to talk a little bit further in. There's going to be a really easy way for you to make significant amounts of money from this, because we're actually going to give away some NFTs. We're going to give away some whitelists and some tokens. So stay through to that. Watch the whole video because there's a lot to cover. As you can see, the market is up a bit here today with Bitcoin over 27,000. But as we just saw a second ago, the metaverse tokens are actually up significantly. A lot more than that, with Decentraland up 7% after we talked about just a few days ago. We'll talk about why that is if you don't remember, if you didn't see one of those last videos. But I think we have to cover this first. U.S. District Court has ruled in favor of Ripple, denying the SEC's motion to keep the Hinman documents sealed. So in case this doesn't mean much to you, the Hinman documents were the documents in 2018 that was William Hinman's speech. It's basically when the former SEC commission went and talked about how Ether was not security, and now the SEC wants to kind of keep that under lock and key, not allow the court to look at it, not to allow Ripple to look at why they declared Ethereum a commodity as opposed to a security. And I think this is a pretty good win for Ripple and crypto in general. This should be public information. And it's very relevant to this case, obviously, how they determined that Ethereum was not a security. And that's basically what this whole lawsuit's about, whether Ripple is a security or XRP is a security, and whether it was a $1.3 billion security sale that was pretty much done illegally. So again, even if you don't like XRP, I think this is good for the crypto industry at large. It will hopefully make this process move along. Of course, this has been 3 years now that they've been in this lawsuit, so hopefully that gets wrapped up soon. I think that would be a big win for crypto in general. In the meantime, Ripple is trying to diversify, and they actually bought a $250 million company here today. They acquired Swiss bank crypto custody provider Medico, and I've never heard of this company, but apparently they offer custody, issue, and settling tokenized assets. They said that this was going to diversify them and bring in new revenue opportunities, and it's also part of their strategic vision to broaden their presence outside the U.S., especially with this lawsuit recently. Now, there's some other big news that we have to hit on, but first of all, I want to talk about this, the Genesis Series 1 NFTs. So this is part of Commonwealth. This is a pretty popular cryptocurrency now. You can see Miles the Shooter and Ran from Crypto Banter are both following them. They're, I believe, partnering with Commonwealth on this, and they're partnering with us too. They are a powerful all-in-one platform that makes Web3 investing simple, and they're giving away some free whitelist spots if you sign up through the link underneath the video. Now, a couple of things to know. We have 15 for the channel. The whitelist spots allow you to get in to buy NFTs before they're minting, because there are a limited amount of NFTs that they're selling each day starting on May 22nd. So you can get in early with the whitelist underneath the video. And when you get in on those NFTs, you are given the opportunity to get a token allocation for free, and you get 3% profit share of the project. Now, the token itself is coming later this year. So again, we're giving away 2 NFTs. We have 15 whitelists. So if you join the whitelist underneath the video, there's about a 10% chance, a little bit better than 10% chance that you'll get a free NFT, which comes with free tokens, which comes with revenue share as well. So more of a steady stream of income if this project does really well. They're selling these at $99, I believe. And once I get all those whitelists filled up, I can start giving away the NFTs. So use the link underneath the video. And again, you should do it faster, sooner rather than later, because on the 22nd of May is when this is going to start happening, where people can buy the Genesis NFTs without being on the whitelist. So join that underneath the video in case you want in on that. Now, I'll leave some other links underneath there too, in case you want to do some more research. Big news today. Tether is going to invest up to 15% of their profits in Bitcoin. Tether made 1.5 billion profit in the Q1 of this year. That was actually more than BlackRock. So something interesting about this is I think there are two different ways to look at this. Whether it is with BNB crypto price, we know that Binance has been doing basically this with their own token for years. They've been buying back with 0.25% or a quarter of their profits, or 25% of their profits. They've been buying back the BNB token. Now, I think this has caused them to hold their price pretty well. You can see they went from $30 all the way up to 700, almost 700 in the bull, 650. And then they fell and fell and fell, but they only fell to about 200, which is actually a smaller percentage from the top than just about every other crypto out there. Like Bitcoin fell more than Binance or BNB from peak to the bottom. And now it's slowly moving up. Now, I think part of that is just because Binance has stayed dominant in the market and it's still the most used exchange. But even when there's been FUD, it's still been going up in price. If you just draw a trend line, I think part of that is because they are doing these big buybacks. They're doing these burns, which makes constant buy pressure on their token and makes the price go up. You can also look at something like Apple stock, right? Apple continues to buy back their shares, and that has definitely caused the price to go up over time. Basically, whenever it falls to a certain point, they just buy back shares. And yeah, there have been some drops from 180 down to 120, but they just continue to buy back more and more shares. Whenever the price falls, you can see that they are going to buy up to $90 billion in buybacks here soon. So I think Tether continuously adding to Bitcoin, their Bitcoin holdings up to 420 million they're projecting, or 35 million a month, will just continue to hold up the Bitcoin price. Now, that doesn't mean that we can't fall down. And they said that they're going to allocate up to 15%. So that's not saying that they are going to allocate a full 15% or that they're going to dollar cost average all the time. There might be some big buys. We have seen some other entities buying pretty consistently. But MicroStrategy has definitely cut down how much they've been buying from the early days where they were buying billions. Now they've been doing smaller buys. We'll have to see how this all works out, but I think this will, again, help add to that buying pressure. And as their assets under management grow, obviously their profits will continue to grow as well. Now, if we get into a lower rate environment, maybe they aren't making as much money, right? So then there would be less buying pressure, but at that point, I think Bitcoin in general would just go up from a lower interest rate environment and cheaper money, being able to get money on loans much cheaper. Some other big news: Iraq has banned US dollar transactions domestically. So while some people are trying to get out of the US dollar, like Tether, and trying to get into Bitcoin, some people are just outright banning transactions. We've seen a little bit of a move away from the US dollar recently. And I don't think we're necessarily going to lose world reserve currency status soon, but you can see some things working in the background like this, where it does make you wonder how long we will have that status. 𝗡cie is launching on Apple Store in Latin America and Asia. This is coming up on a pretty important time. We talked a few days ago, I think it was 2 days ago, about how Apple was scheduling a special event for June 5, and a lot of people are talking about AR, VR headsets, and how this could start in motion the next big run in crypto and the next narrative, which could be metaverse tokens again, or gaming cryptos. And I talked about 𝗡cie, Decentraland, and since then, in the last 24 hours, both of them are up 7 to 8%. So hit subscribe, so that way you can see videos just like this where I talk about that, because that would be a nice little gain there. But I think this is a good thing. I think one of the main problems for crypto usage, or just crypto, the prices of crypto going up, is that there's not enough usage. And if we can make it easier to get money into the ecosystem, and if we can make it easier to actually understand how to use, or why you would want to use the ecosystem, that just helps. That just helps bring more users in, more adoption, helps the price go up, which is why it is a big step for Apple to allow 𝗡cie in the App Store. We have 2 days left according to Coinbase before something. If you go to their Twitter page, let me follow this right here. You can see 3 and 2, and they're doing this every day. So we'll have to see in 2 days. Sounds like they're going to announce something big, maybe something outside the US, because they have been moving outside the US more and more, trying to diversify their geography as well. So I think today, as you can see, everyone's pretty much trying to diversify away from the US, whether it's Ripple, whether it is Tether, whether it's Iraq, whether it is Coinbase. Everyone seems to be moving outside the US because of what they're doing to crypto here. Let me know your thoughts on all this underneath the video. It's a pretty great day in the stock market as well. So in case you want to see what I'm buying or selling in the stock market, you can check out the link to the Patreon underneath the video. I've been doing consistent buys on some of the tech companies that have been going up a lot recently, so that's paying off pretty well right now. Also, check out those whitelist spots underneath the video. Thank you so much for watching. Continue to watch throughout the week. I'm in Miami, in case you didn't pick up on that, for Bitcoin Miami. Should be an interesting time. I'll let you know what I see around the conference, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.